We are the AltEat, a companion for your food recipes. Have you ever been running around the net looking for a particular recipe or just looking for a recipe to make at home? And when you actually find the recipe you like, you realize all the ingredients that there are in the recipe, and there's one that it's missing, and you don't have it at home. So what do you have to do? You have to basically go around again, look for another recipe, or find an alternative. And we are exactly that. We are AltEat, a companion for your recipe. We will actually provide a alternative ingredient for any recipe that you have. We are an app-based model that serve you only, as I'm going to show, all the ingredients that you can actually use instead of the ingredients you have in the recipe.
Take the mic with you.
Oh, sorry. So we actually made an app. So let's say in our previous model, we didn't have red wine at home. So what happens next? I'll type in the red wine in my app, the AltEat app, and I categorize it by the type of food I want to make, the recipe. So blending. Glitches.
Okay, just refresh. No, blending. Blending. Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go.
And I get the, sorry about the glitch, and we get the top ingredients that we can actually replace it with. Based on the rating, it comes on the top vinegar, and the second one is lime juice, and the third one is pomegranate juice or lime juice. And we actually want to choose lime juice because I have that in my fridge. And these are the rating that we get from other users that actually use the app. And the more and more you use it, the better the app gets in terms of knowing that what sort of things you like best and what sort of ingredients you use most. So the value proposition is not just what you don't have at home. It's actually very smart planning for people who like a particular recipe, but they know that they have food allergies or they have dietary restrictions or even health conscious planning. They want to work out and they don't want to have wine, let's say, after working out. And those are the actual value propositions that we're offering for them. This is coming from more than 100 surveys that we actually conducted over the weekend. And we actually split in two groups, and we did a live interview with people at chapters in the cooking section. And we pivoted from one point to another by actually asking them what actually makes sense. So saving time and not having the right ingredient was the two top priority, and that's the key. And these are the feedbacks that we got from them. And I'm going to hand the mic to my friend to explain the business model.
Thanks, Benho. Okay, so market validation. So we want to try out, okay, so potential target customer size. So these are usually people, anybody who cooks recipes. So we're talking about 800 million of people globally, and we expect to target 300 million people of this market size. And our revenue model would be paid mobile app. Our product roadmap is divided into 4 quarters. And the first three quarters are going to be free. We're going to be offering our app for free. And on the first quarter, we're going to be focusing on the actual MVP, which is our beta test application, which is going to be providing users with alternatives. On the second quarter, we're going to be focusing on the marketing side, which is where we start showing our app on Facebook and marketing on AdWords. The third quarter, we're going to be doing partnerships with celebrity chefs. The fourth quarter, that's when we start making the app 99 cents per subscription. And product roadmap acquisition, that's when, after a year, we're going to start developing new extensions. And then we're going to start removing filters throughout our new algorithm that using the data by users.
Questions?
So where's this content coming from?
We'll have Mandad to answer that, the content.
The alternative ingredients is basically we actually do work with other chefs at the beginning. We provide the first few standard issue like alternatives. We by the beta plan we actually get more feedback from people. If you go on any other app that provides recipe, if you go to scroll down the bottom, you see alternative comments about how people are use a particular replacement for that ingredient. So we're willing to actually research like and gather that for a standard beginning, and then after that, it will be the users. The more users that use it, the better alternatives you will get for any recipe at a time.
So technically speaking, like initially we'll be pre-populating the data using the existing app like Yumly and other ones and other blog sites. Later on, we'll try to open it up to crowdsource it when people can suggest and rate accordingly that this is the recipe I tried and it worked out. Also working with celebrity chefs like Jamie Oliver and folks, hopefully through their websites and trying their recipe modifications and try to suggest the substitutions based on that.
So I'm a huge foodie, and I love to eat food and cook food, so I really like anything related to food. Yep, just admitting it in an open forum right now. My question is, like, I cook a lot. I love to cook, and what I do is I'll Google an alternative ingredient if I don't have it at home, or I yell at Suri and I ask Suri to find me alternative ingredients. So she's not bad. She's getting used to it. We have a working relationship. We're growing it. But my question is, how is this defendable? Because I'm looking at that. Yeah.
The value proposition is that this is what I actually gone through because I'm a big foodie as well. And what I need is that every time you Google, you basically get tons of different forums and you get different results. Now, the two type priorities is the time consumption. Based on the interviews that we actually had, people don't have time. You go work 10 hours and you come home and you want to make something, although you're a foodie, but you want to get something fast. If you're not able to find the alternative fast enough, you're gonna just scrap it and just go with your basic what you have in mind at all week, your regular food basically. So this is the one-step stop app that you can actually provide the solution for the foodie or anyone else who has any alternative needs.
Yeah, adding up to that, after a year, we're going to be extending the application and providing users with a geolocation showing like the local stores to where they can find ingredients around them to make it easier for them, because a lot of the times there's some ingredients on your recipes that they might be too far for you to get or it might take a lot of time, so that's why we plan on providing that.
Sorry, I hate to ask this question, but was this just a different interpretation of the word maker? Because I'm not sure where the actual maker in the terms, the way that we've defined it came out.
So we actually were defining the problem as you said it, and we went out and we actually had a device working, a thermometer that would actually work with the food and your app. And we took it out. We took it out with our people, and we took it out with the customers, the demographic, and we asked them, would you like to use this? And out of the 20 people we talked to, none of them actually wanted to spend money. They said that I want to be interactive with my food. I don't actually use the beeper. I'll go around and come back and take the noodle out and see if it's ready. So it would be redundant to actually provide something and make you pay for it without having to make something. So it's directly...
Yeah. We try to focus on the problem more than the maker part. We decided to solve the problem that we have in front of us really.
So we take out the...
So adding on to that, we realized that the main problem that the people who cook is the urgency when they're cooking. They really need the answer immediately there and then. We don't want them to work more from what they are already doing. If we actually give them the thermometer or anything, they actually have to work extra. So we are actually making them increase work, and we actually realized that from our feedback that we got. So that is the time we said we'll make the switch.